Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, a re-review from a previous channel, the Pom Pom Girls. Let's watch. Rosedale High. Here are the guys.
Sure. Yeah. What do we do? We'll take care of it. We got time.
Their rival school, Hardin, has burned Rosedale in effigy. Got one couple making out in the front of the car. And in the back seat, Robert Carradine, he plays Johnny. He's about to make his moves. Laurie ain't having it. So they spot one of the rivals from the other school, so they toy with him a little bit. Here we have a couple making out in a van. She happens to be the waitress at the car hop here, but she's too busy humping. The patrons are getting angry. This is Sally.
Maybe.
Time to make moves on her now.
Things I don't know.
What do you say?
Maybe.
Those girls are getting peed on because Johnny asked to leave the room for a second. The teacher said no, so when you gotta go, you gotta go. Anyway, this is how they get back at the other school. They're spray painting their cars. And then Hardin High School gets back at Rosedale by messing up their cars. How does Rosedale respond? Well, the first thing they do is steal a fire truck, as you do. And they take that fire truck over to Hardin High.
Now, can any of you help us? Sir, I was not involved, but I have reason to believe it was the work of left-handed speed-snorting bikers riding down the coast looking for spills, thrills, and fire trucks. Now, I cannot be 100% sure. Sir!
Jesse wants to ditch school and go with Sally to the beach. I'm sorry, Laurie to the beach.
Let's go.
No way.
Laurie turns him down. Here's Dwayne, the bully.
I'm having a little conversation. Why don't you go on ahead?
Son, what are you hanging around with this ugly frog for?
Hey, he's my friend, Dwayne.
Funny looking fellow.
Congress had issued.
So she turned Jesse down, but she knows he's in the back of the truck with somebody else, so now she's having second thoughts about going with him.
Why didn't you come with me?
I'm coming.
Why didn't you come with me before?
I'm coming now. What difference does it make?
Johnny plays on the football team, and he's also making Dwayne angry. More hijinks at the gas station when Jesse tangles with some of the other guys. There was a nice locker room sequence where most of our cheerleaders got naked. I couldn't show you that, but at the same time the guys are getting ready for the football game. You might remember the coach from Major League. Well, the game with rival Hardin quickly turns into a big fight. Coach isn't happy.
Go ahead, hit me. I'd like it if you try. Go ahead, hit me. You'll be on the ground over your hand even move. Go ahead, hit me.
Well, Jesse chose not to hit him. At least not in the shower room.
What do you want?
Jesse disappeared for a while, but he came back just to get laid with Laurie. Hop into her bedroom through the window. Now he's leaving early in the morning. But as he's sneaking away, her father sees him.
Jesse Davis, come in.
But he thinks he was just stopping by, and he invites him in for breakfast.
Looking real good, son. Where's your weekend?
be talking with Myers later. Tell him I don't want you suspended. I could have you suspended, you know that. But we'll keep it between ourselves.
Oh, Ed, I'm challenging you to suicide chicken. You accept? No way. Nobody's pulled that stunt since the 50s.
Hey, what's suicide chicken?
Wait, if you're going to go kill yourself, it's your business, but don't drag Johnny into it.
It's a very complicated matter. There'll be no punishment.
Thanks.
You and Coach will work it out between you over the course of the season.
There's just one thing. I'm quitting football.
You what?
The date of Suicide Chicken has arrived.
Hey, this kid can't run. He'll get you there.
They have to be in each other's cars.
Yeah? Say, how'd we get here anyway?
A little late for that one.
Well, they both speed towards the cliff, and whoever bows out first loses, of course.
Must have been a hell of a crash.
They thought he was dead.
Hey, sorry about your car. If you get another car, let's try it again next week.
That's our movie. Alright, let's talk about the Pom Pom Girls. Now, came out in 1976. Now, this is a movie that, by all rights, shouldn't be that great, but it's so much better than it probably should be. I've seen this movie a couple times before, maybe 3 times before. I had this on my previous channel also, and hadn't seen it in a while, though, until this week, and it's pretty darn good. There's really not a whole hell of a lot of plot here. The guy Dwayne, who was the bully in this movie, he's played by a guy named Bill Adler, who was in the movie Van Nuys Boulevard, which I reviewed last week, which was also kind of a plotless film from the same era. We have some guys from a high school, guys and girls from Rosedale High, I believe it was. They have a rivalry with Hardin High, and there's a big football game coming up. So the two sides go back and forth with pranking each other, basically, spray painting their cars and burning a player in effigy, that sort of thing. Our heroes are the guys from Rosedale. Robert Carradine, who was Louis Skolnick in Revenge of the Nerds. He's the star here. He plays Johnny. He's just kind of a goofy guy. He's got his friend Jesse, and the girls are Sally and Lori. And we just kind of follow their antics for several days. There's some nude scenes thrown in, and there's various hijinks. There was almost a food fight at one point. There's a kind of a rivalry between Dwayne, Bill Adler, and Robert Carradine, Johnny. Not exactly sure even how it begun, but it does. They go back and forth with each other too. Ultimately, it culminates at the end with this game of Suicide Chicken, where they both drive their cars. They actually have to drive each other's cars. I guess that's the rules of Suicide Chicken, and drive towards a cliff, and whoever bows out first loses. And of course, Johnny kept going after Dwayne bowed out, and he somehow, I guess, jumped out of the car before it went over the cliff. But by doing so, he lives, and Dwayne's car is gone. It's totaled. So Johnny got his car, and he won the race. So how about that? So anyway, there's some subplots here also. Like I said, there's the big football rivalry. It does happen. A big fight ensues on the field. After the game, the coach, who's played by the coach who was Lou, I think, in Major League in that movie, plays a similar kind of gruff coach here. He comes up to Jesse in the locker room, in the shower room actually, and says, "You want to hit me? You want to hit me?" I don't know what even caused them to have this angst between each other, but Jesse refuses. Then he follows him in the parking lot after the game, does Jesse, and he punches out his coach. But the coach decides not to suspend him. They're going to work it out between them. He's talked to the principal and such, and he thinks everything's going to be fine. But then Jesse says, "You know what? That's all great, but I'm going to quit football." So, and that kind of upset the coach, but that's the way it is. Well, anyway, Cheryl Rainbow Smith is also in this movie. You might remember her from the film Cinderella and Revenge of the Cheerleaders. She did a lot of exploitation stuff in the 70s. Lovely actress. She has a nude scene here. Several of the ladies in this movie have a nude scene. The guys have nude scenes as well in the locker room there. A bunch of male butts if you're into that. But other than that, yeah, not much to tell about the Pom Pom Girls, but it's a fun movie. The cast is good looking, and Johnny it seems like all of the members of the cast just seem to be having a great time, especially Robert Carrigan as Johnny. I wasn't expecting a whole lot from this, but again, it was so much better than I thought. So anyway, I definitely recommend this movie, and you should check it out. Now, it's available on multiple DVDs. I have this on this DVD here with the Beach Girls, which I'll review at some point in the near future. And I also have this on one of these 32-disc compilation things. I think it might be a public domain movie. I don't know. But the movie actually did get a Blu-ray release a couple of years ago, I think. I'm not sure which company put it out. I looked on Amazon today, and it's running for like $100. So it's absurd prices on that one. I'll leave a link to the DVDs instead. But if you want the Blu-ray, you can click the DVD link down below and then just search for Blu-ray, and it'll pop right up right away if you're looking for that. But $100 is a lot to spend, even for a cool movie like this. But it is a fun movie, and I do recommend it. So check it out. Let me know what you think about the Pom Pom Girls, and leave some comments. Watch it. Bye.